Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying out some new hyped up makeup like the Patrick Ta highlighters, the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint, and a bunch more. So let's get into it. To kick it off, I'm going to try out the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. And I'm going to try it all over my face. I have a feeling I may wipe it off, just judging by the swatch, because as you can see here, it looks very much like a stick version of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. So I see myself using this product more so as an actual stick highlight instead of an all-over product, but we'll see. That's just me judging it by the swatch. I have the shades 4 and 3. I think 3 is going to match me better, just so I can see what the e.l.f. one looks like, but I'm just curious. I was drawing butterflies with my nieces the other day, so I think that's why I did little swirly antennas on my forehead. The texture feels nice. It's very slippery. It doesn't feel grippy or tacky like some stick foundations. They usually have kind of like a waxy tack to it, but this is super slippery and silky. This looks exactly like I just rubbed the Hollywood Flawless Filter all over. It's actually very pretty. I just pulled my Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 3 so we can compare. So here's the Hollywood Flawless Filter and here's the stick. So pretty exact. Tonally just a touch different, but in finish, very, very similar. If anything, the Hollywood Flawless Filter has a smoother consistency and the pearl seems to be laying more flat, whereas this is kind of more mixed up. Now I'm going to take a second to wipe this off, reapply my sunscreen so we can try this on. The e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like an e.l.f. original or a dupe for something else, but we'll see. I have the shade 22 Light Warm, and I have a feeling it might be a little warm for me, but that's okay. We'll try to make it work. I usually lean on the neutral side of things. And I'm blending using my BK Beauty 101 brush. It's a little bit mustardy for my skin. Okay, I started with a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have the most coverage. Like it's like a medium, I would say. So let's see how it builds. Okay, so I'm going to have to judge it by its texture and how it's sitting on my skin. The tone is completely wrong for me. It's looking very mustardy. Its finish looks really good actually. At first I was feeling as though it was a little patchy, but I just simply didn't add enough of it. But now that I added that second layer, it's meshing in really well. Here's an up close shot of my skin. I don't use any beauty filters or anything. I've been dealing with a little bit of acne on this side of my face for some reason, so you can see how it's wearing on spots and such. I think once I can find this in store, I'll definitely pick up like a neutral tone. Now for concealer, I'm going to be using my YSL All Hours in the shade LN1. I've been really liking this concealer. I notice I gravitate towards it quite a bit. It has the qualities that I really enjoy in concealers, like a nice thin formula and a soft-ish matte finish. I'm just going to add a touch more, and it looks very seamless. I still haven't tried it with the All Hours foundation, which is still one of my faves. I just don't have a summer shade. I'm just kind of scattering this neutral tone everywhere. I'm going to quickly set my under eyes with the Huda Beauty powder in Pound Cake. Now to bronze, I'm going to be using my Saie Dew Bronze in the shade Sand. I am all about this. I was so happy to bring this on my little weekend vacation to Jasper. I wore it all the time. It was so fun to use. It's very quick to apply, but the pigment is lovely. The tones are really nice. I'm just super enthralled and excited about these. So I just smudge a bunch on like that, and then I take my favorite Rose Ink No. 3 brush which I should have gotten some backups. I don't know if I still can. I know if they've been sold out. Ooh, I might have added a little too much on that side, but that's okay. That's okay. But you can just see it just effortlessly melts into the skin. It is very reminiscent of the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. That's why it was like an immediate love for me. But it's just a little bit more impactful and pigmented than the Makeup by Mario. And you can build it quite well. It's such a lovely product. I'm very excited about it. So now we have the new Patrick Ta highlighting duos. I don't know about these, you guys. I really am not sure. I tried one out the day I received the PR package and I was like, I don't know. There are 5 shades available in this formula. These are called the Major Glow Cream and Powder Light Reflecting Highlighter Duos. So we've got this beautiful caramelly bronze shade. That's the shade Honey. This cutie pink duo is Baby. This white diamond-esque one is My Love. We've got Sugar and Daddy, which is kind of like a peachier version. I'm going to try out the shade Sugar today. So his technique with this is similar to his blush duos. So the powder first, then the cream on top. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm starting with my Moda Pro Glow brush and I'm taking the powder side. And the reason why I feel unsure about these is because they are glitter bombs. Some shades more than others. This one is one of the less glittery ones, but still. And I've been seeing little mini reviews on TikTok of people being like, they are so natural. Oh my goodness. And I'm like, sounds like something a vampire would say from the Twilight universe. Imagine if Twilight was set in 2024, they would have been totally fine to live in California. People would just be like, are you wearing Fenty Diamond Bomb? What glitter hairspray do you use? Are you wearing Patrick Ta Daddy? Like, they'd be totally fine. Glitter is in. Anyways, now I'm going to take my little sponge and I'm going to dip into the cream side. And the cream side is a balm highlight. Like it's it's almost like a gloss. Okay, I picked up way too much. Just going to pat it out, but you can see it's just like a super tacky, balmy highlight. Now I'm just going to gently pat this into the powder. The thing is like, it's so sticky on a sponge. It kind of acts like a stamp, and I feel like it's disrupting everything I put underneath of it. See, now I can recognize that that looks really pretty. It does, but it's a little bit thick for my liking. I guess when I'm looking straight forward, it completely disappears and then it's like a wha-bam. I just am not completely sure if this is my type of product, but putting my personal tastes aside, it's cute. But you can just see in the pan here how glittery and glossy they are. It's just like 2 of my least favorite things when it comes to highlights, like a super glittery powder and a super wet, balmy, glossy highlight. I just don't love those textures for me. I've tried a few of the shades and I never got these results. This actually looks really nice. I might be convinced by this shade. But yeah, you can see the residue on my hand. It's like pretty sparkly. You may be able to see how it's starting to dissolve my foundation and concealer underneath of here. You can just see it's getting a little patchy. We'll give it some time to see if it disrupts my base further or if it's just going to be like this for the rest. So now I'm taking my Kosas Cloud Set. That felt extra satisfying today. Wow. So now I'm going to pop off camera to do my brows and prime my eyelids, so please— oh, I didn't do blush. Just kidding. I have the NABLA Close-Up Blurring Powder Blushes. I filmed a swatching reels yesterday, and honestly, all the shades really appeal to me. They look like this, just a classic little blush compact. And I'm taking my favorite blush brush, which is the BK Beauty 107. I feel it sticking into the highlight, like obviously, because it's super balmy, but when I tried this on in my swatching video, they were super, super blurring and diffusing. Okay, that added a little bit low today. Dang it, okay. I've had these sitting in my office for a while, but when I was swatching them, I was like, how have I been sitting on these for so long? Like, I've been missing out. I really, really enjoy this whole range. So if you want to see all those colors swatched, please watch that short up on my YouTube channel. These are very promising. I think the shades I would wear the most are Enigma, the red one, which is Endorphin, and this really nice kind of vibrant pink in the shade Lucky Rose was really gorgeous too. I'll swatch my faves. They are super blurring and they have the perfect amount of pigmentation. They feel like they're mixed in with like the Kosas Cloud Set or something, like a very, very airy, perfect blurring powder. Lucky Rose, Endorphin, and Enigma. It doesn't look very soft today because it grabbed onto the highlight and the dew bronze quite a bit, and adding more is not helping. Dang. Clinique came out with a Black Honey mascara and a Black Honey lip oil. So I want to do like a Black Honey inspired eye look with similar-ish tone. So I pulled this palette from Patrick Ta. It's the second one, the one that's kind of like pinkier toned. And I'm thinking of taking just these two shades from it. So I'm starting with this one here. And I'm taking some of my Kosas Cloud Set on that same brush just to soften that up. Then I'm going to take a mixture of the two shades I pointed at on this BK Beauty A501 brush. And I'm going to pat this into my lid. Taking that first brush and just smooshing it around. And then I pulled this Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame eyeliner. And I haven't decided what I really want to do with this, but I'm going to just wrap it around just to darken. I don't think I'm going to actually wing it out or anything. I just want this tone to be introduced here. This is a Refer 23 brush too, a very tiny pencil brush. Might need a bigger one just to get the job done a little quicker before this sets. Taking this random angled one from e.l.f. and I'm layering some of the darker shadow alongside the edge just to soften. I'll take that first shade I used and blend the rest of the way. And I'll take some of the pink highlight from Patrick Ta and I'll use that as my inner corner today. God, my workspace is crazy right now. I'm going to curl my lashes and then I'm going to add just the tiniest layer of my Clio Kill Lash just to add some structure because I have tried the Clinique mascaras and they all make my eyelashes fall. So I'm hoping that the Clio will kind of act like a concrete beam for my lashes so that they stay nice and curled all day. Just a quick pass and then I take my velour tool and I'll comb out any of the clumps. I'm going to take the High Impact Mascara from Clinique in Black Honey. It's working! That worked out so well, but I'm not done. I want to feel like a little flower, so I'm taking my NABLA Cupid's Arrow in the shade Khaki. I've been running this in my waterline, and I've been really liking it. It complements my eye color really nicely, but this with like a brown smoky eye looks so cool. I'll have to show you guys. Ooh, I love this eye look. Okay, I'm going to repeat it and I'll be right back. So here's both eyes done. I really, really like this look. For some reason, I forgot you could put eyeliner in the waterline for the longest time. And I'm back. So now for my lips, I want to use another one of these, the Sacheu Lip Liner Stain in the shade Muah-Ve 02. I've been having so much fun with these. I am hooked. And I've been blending them a little bit with a Smith lip brush, just so it gets a little more faded. They're super sticky and hard to talk with, so I'll be back when this is set. Not the most satisfying ones, sorry you guys. Wow, it really took to my lips today, but I've been loving these. The stain lasts all day. It's insane. Definitely one of the most powerful long wearing stains I've tried. So now let's try the Clinique Black Honey Lip Oil. I swatched it next to the other lip products they offer. So this is the gloss, this is the lip oil, and this is the original almost lipstick. Wow, that just paired so well with that lip stain. Here's the final look. I'm doing one more powder sesh. I've done a few throughout today's video actually. I don't know if this foundation is actually going to be good for us oily folk. Let's just get into my thoughts on the new things I tried out today. So starting with this one, of course. I don't know, the more I'm wearing it, the less I like it. It does look super seamless on my skin, like it looks great on camera, but when I really look up at my skin, it looks like it's quick to gather in anything it can, like any fine line is really accentuating texture around my mouth. Like it seems to accentuate more texture in the areas that move more, obviously. Like my mouth, like it's really gathering in my smile line and my little line right here. I don't know. So now that I'm seeing that, I don't feel as excited as I did in the beginning. I don't really feel excited to put this on my face again, if that makes sense. I'm going to do a few more test trials, of course. I feel like I have other foundations that look a lot more seamless than this one does. But moving on to the Saie bronzer, this is 100% yes. I love this stuff. I've used it quite a few times already, and every time I get a flawless result. I just love the texture, how it blends into my skin, the colors. I think this is such a great formula. Moving on to the Patrick Ta highlighters. I don't know if this is for me, although it performed pretty well there on my skin today. It misses the mark for me in my personal tastes. There's so many people who are absolutely wild about them. They're just not for me. And if you have very similar tastes when it comes to highlights as me, I would say I don't think you would like this, but if you do enjoy kind of a more glimmery, shimmery, glittery highlight and like a super dewy, balmy highlight, you might really, really like this. But I think this is the first Patrick Ta product that I'm really like, not for me. For the NABLA blushes, this is something that is very much for me. I love a product that is blurring, and the tones in this line are stunning. Really great buildable pigmentation. I'm really happy I tried these out yesterday with a good set of products that complemented this type of product, because if I went off of my thoughts and experiences with it today, I think I would have written them off, because obviously the powder really grasped onto the dewier highlight and the dewier bronzer. I was just stubborn and I really wanted to make this work today. And I think overall, it worked out. It's not the smoothest ever, but paired with other powder products, this is so, so lovely. For the Sacheu lip liner stains, these are 100% worth the hype. I am late to the party with this. Usually with super hyped up products that I see online everywhere all the time, I'm always super disappointed in them because they have so much hype behind them and I'm expecting it to be like actual real life magic. And these are. I was actually blown away with the results, even knowing that these were super hyped up online. I'm all about them and I want to collect all the shades. They're so good. Over the weekend, I used this shade that I used today as a lip liner and the other shade in nude to fill in my lips, and it created a beautiful combo that lasted all day. I've been having the funnest time experimenting and using these, and just the peel off part is so satisfying and so fun for me. So these are so worth it. For the Clinique mascara, my trick didn't completely work. I feel like my lashes are falling, but it was a good try. I really like the tone of the mascara, but the formula itself is a bit heavy for my lashes, and I always want a really lifted, curled look. So I don't know if I'd really use the mascara, but for the lip oil, I like how it's an in-between opacity of the two previous products. The lip gloss is the most pigmented, the Almost lipstick is the sheerest, and this is somewhere in the middle of the two. It's a nice lip oil texture. It feels pretty slippery. It's not tacky like the e.l.f. one or the Dior one. It's a little bit more like oily feeling, but it's staying on my lips. It's not migrating outwards or inwards into my mouth, so that's a good sign. So I guess it just depends what kind of opacity you want or what texture you want. It's fun that they have multiple options. I think my favorite still is the Almost lipstick. It's kind of unbeatable. It's such a classic for a reason. But yeah, those are all of the newer things I tried out today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll have everything I used listed and linked in the description box down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!